And let's talk about Avengers Doomsday. So apparently the directors, the Russo brothers, have apparently posted a cryptic Iron Man and Doctor Doom video that has fans talking. So Avengers Doomsday directors Joe and Anthony Russo have been coyly dropping hints about what their next big MCU film will be about. And the latest tease, courtesy of a social media post by their company, the production company, I should say, Agbo Films, seems to show some imagery that, when taken together, may have big implications for the plot of Doomsday and its immediate sequel, Avengers Secret Wars. Now, I do have the post, courtesy of Screen Time. I went over there to Twitter. So let me pull that up so y'all can see it. I got to make sure I got to mute the music because I'm not trying to get demonetized. So hold on. We have it. And so, yeah, one of the people that works in the company holding up the Iron Man mask. And then when we come, oh, excuse me. And when he comes around, you have another person with the Doctor Doom mask, which I think they're trying to hint at. They're going to be very, like, I guess it's going to be a multiverse of different variants. Now, if you actually can see behind her, one of them, I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to see if we can get a good angle. You see the Doctor Doom suit. I think that was the same one that Robert Downey Jr. wore at Comic Con. And then also you see, wait, we got to go back on that because then also, where is it? If you see here, there's Sue Storm. And if you see here, that's Franklin. I don't know what that is on the side, but you see that's Franklin. You can see a little bit of Doctor Doom, and you get to see Sue Storm. Now, if y'all actually watch play attention to the comics and everything, in a different world, Doctor Doom was in a relationship with Sue Storm, and how that will play into this upcoming movie. Because if you actually saw and I don't want to mess it up if you haven't seen it already, because I remember we do have somebody in the room that said they wanted to watch the post credits. I mean, they wanted to watch Fantastic Four. But if you've seen the post credit scene, which this was leaked a while ago from one of I don't know if it was Daniel RPK or somebody, but and then when I went to go see them, I was like, oh, so they were actually accurate with the T. So at the end, y'all see that there was this, and I was like, that's gonna be corny when I heard about it. That Sue is reading to baby Franklin, who's now a little older. He looked like he's about 5 years old. She's reading a book to him. She gets up, goes across the room. I can't remember exactly what she did because I only saw the movie once. And then when she comes back, she sees Doctor Doom with Franklin. And then it cuts off. That was the mid-credit scene. And they did a post-credit scene. The post-credit scene was stupid. But the mid-credit scene was like the prelude to what we may get in Avengers Doomsday. And so I'm like, okay, so where we going with all of that? So they're probably, I guess, trying to insinuate that this could be two sides of the same coin or some type of transition that maybe Tony Stark is a variant of Doctor Doom in some sort of way. But I'm genuinely curious how they're going to make this whole thing work when we go see it. Because I already told y'all many a times I'm still a little skeptical in regards of how they're gonna do the whole Tony Stark, Doctor Doom story, or convincing us how we cannot look at Robert Downey Jr. and believe him as Doctor Doom and taking on this part, especially because he plays Tony Stark so well. And so that I'm probably sure y'all heard by now. The rumor is that we're going to be getting the first trailer, teaser, whatever you want to call it, for Doomsday when Avatar comes out. So they're going to actually put the trailer in the coming attraction, or whatever the case is. I guess though I don't know if they'll release it before or they're going to probably pull a stunt like they did a couple of months ago. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. Oh, it was Fantastic Four. When you had to go to when you actually got to see before the movie came on, you got to see the trailer for Avatar: Fire and Ash, which it looked really good. And then I remember on Monday they officially dropped the video on YouTube. But I think probably people who went to go see Fantastic, well, somebody probably, I'm sure, screen recorded and uploaded on the social medias. I don't know. I wasn't going that far down the rabbit hole to even see if that was happening, but I'm sure somebody did because there's always got to be one. But nevertheless, you had to go to the movies to see that trailer. I was already going to go see Fantastic Four, so it didn't matter. They're going to do the same thing with Avatar Fire and Ash. They're going to show a Avengers Doomsday teaser, which is crazy because we have a whole year, December 2026, before we even get before we get the actual movie. Which I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're going to wait that damn long, but you already know time do be flying. So let's just enjoy what we have while we have it. So they said the biggest detail that stands out in the video after the mass showcase of Robert Downey Jr.'s previous MCU character and his upcoming one is the inclusion of costumes for Sue Storm, Doctor Doom, and Franklin Richards all standing together, which is what I basically showed y'all in the background. So it seemed like it's following the post-credit scene where Sue encounters Doom talking to young Franklin. There's a bigger potential implication in the trio of costumes. However, in 2015's Secret Wars comic event, Doom manages to save the Marvel multiverse from total destruction by holding together a composite reality known as Battle World, where made up of stitched together remnants of other worlds. On Battleworld, Doom reigns supreme, and by his side, as his queen, is Sue Storm, with her children Franklin and Valeria Richards as his stepchildren. A final unthinkable insult to his hated enemy, Reed Richards. So it looks like they're going to give the Fantastic Four and Pedro Pascal a lot more to do in this upcoming Doomsday movie. Because I liked Fantastic Four First Steps. I wanted more action. I wanted to see them utilize their powers more instead of it being more like this science-y, talky movie, and seeing the retro futurism of the world in which of the New York in which they lived. But I'm really hoping that they up the action with these characters in the next one, because I feel like they were during the action scenes, I felt they were a bit underused, and they didn't really get to showcase their powers until like the third act. And the third act to me felt a little rushed. It's like y'all almost forgot y'all were doing an MCU movie. So now they're asking, could the Russo brothers be hinting at a similar relationship in their film adaptation of Secret Wars, which will borrow heavily from the comic? It might be too soon to tell, but the directors have been building anticipation for Avengers Doomsday and its follow-up Secret Wars with social media posts for a while now, including a tease that seems to confirm the theory that Doomsday will be something of an Avengers versus X-Men film. Well, I hope so, because we need to build an ensemble of Avengers, and I'm hoping that it's not just the new Avengers that we got introduced in Thunderbolts, but that we actually get to see there's other members that you could incorporate in the Avengers, like Shang-Chi and so many other characters that have kind of been sitting on the wayside waiting for their chance to do their own solo movie again. Um, Hopefully they're going to be incorporating that, and then we'll get to see more of the X-Men. But to what capacity will we see the X-Men? We using the old Bryan Singer X-Men, or is this a way that you're going to find a way to reboot the franchise and we get to see a younger a younger version of the X-Men? Because we have to get those X-Men movies on board somehow, right? Because that's supposed to be Kevin Feige's favorite comic. So when we get in the new X-Men, I know we're getting a lot of the original cast members to come back, but I do feel like, yeah, it's time to bring in some fresh blood and some new actors if y'all can find them. Because quiet as it's kept, it's not really a lot of standout young upcoming actors that are really, making an impact that I can think of off the top of my head. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Avengers Doomsday and the rumors surrounding it? And of course, that little teaser, what do you think it means? Do you think that, yes, Franklin and Sue Storm will be playing an even bigger role in the film? I don't want to give away too much if people haven't seen it already, because there was another theory I was going to bring up too, but I was like, I forgot. There's people watching that have not seen the film yet, and I don't want to ruin it. So I'll keep it to myself for now until we see the teaser, which is next month, allegedly. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.